I'm Spencer from Ice 9 Kills, and you're watching Tattoo.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mischievous Mel from the last Warped Tour in Milwaukee, Wisconsin with Ice 9 Girls.
How are you?
I'm fantastic, how are you?
I'm great. Very excited to play today.
I'm very excited that you are playing today. So, Ice 9 Kills, new music out. You want to tell us about that?
We've got a new album coming out in October called The Silver Scream. The concept is every song is based on a different horror film. And we've released 2 singles so far. One about Freddy Krueger and the other one about Jason Voorhees. And the reaction has been awesome, and I can't wait to see how people respond to the rest of the record when it comes out.
Okay, so this is funny because I was watching the video and I absolutely fucking loved it. And you know how the Friday the 13th, I mean, we're on like episode 28. Jason's coming back for his suitcase and he's murdering, the same people over. You guys fucking actually did it better than like when I watched that video. I said to my daughter, I'm like, okay, so picture Friday the 13th only like if it was like metal opera kind of thing. I mean, you guys fucking did it better. I love it.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
I appreciate that.
So, I mean, it's a great concept. How'd you come up with this idea? Because this is kind of a new spin. I mean, like, talk about keeping it relevant.
The last album we did was the first time we ventured into like a concept for the record. So the last album was every song was about a different novel. It was called Every Trick in the Book. And the concept seemed to just really strike a chord with people. And I've always been, very immersed in the horror genre. So it was only the next logical step to do an album based on, the films that, inspired me, and stuff that I still back to this day, since I was a little kid. So it's kind of like, I think sometimes the best art comes from stuff that you're really, really passionate about. It's like if you have a job and you don't care about your job, you're not going to do your job well. So I think this was just something that I held sort of dear to my heart, and just made sense for the next step for the band to incorporate that into the writing of the music.
So who inspired you? Like as far as, your music, but also like the horror, because it's obviously molded together. Right. So could you give me one from each?
I don't know if I could do one from each.
You can do more than one. You can do more than one.
Yeah, musically, I started getting into playing guitar because of Nirvana. They were sort of my gateway drug into rock and metal. And then from there, really got immersed in the punk scene. Grew up listening to bands that are, on this tour, like Les and Jake, Real Big Fish, Goldfinger, and then got into some heavier stuff like modern day metalcore, like As They Lay Dying, and bands from the Drive-Thru Records era like Finch and Phoenix TX and Midtown, and also beyond sort of the Warped Tour scene, I'm very much like musical theater, like Les Miserables and Andrew Lloyd Webber, Phantom of the Opera kind of stuff. So kind of melding those two genres together with a heavy metal and sort of a Broadway presence kind of gives us our sound as far as being influenced by that kind of music. And then movie-wise, I grew up on the 80s slasher classics.
I absolutely love how you did that. It's kind of like, people said that you couldn't mix country with rap, and they fucking did it. And, but you guys didn't just do it, you did it well. Because it's smart. Some people do stuff and they're like, let's just try to make this happen. We'll throw it at the wall. We'll just bring 2 entities together. But you guys fucking did it and pulled it off because it inspired, and like I said, it was real. So thank you.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. But I know you are very busy. But before I let you go, I really want to talk to you about ink. And this fascinates me a lot. I fucking love that. Can you tell me the story?
Thank you very much. This is actually my grandmother's eye, so I thought that would be a nice thing. So she's always watching over me. And I remember it took probably 3.5 hours to do, and it was just the guy who did it. It was just, the attention to detail that he provided in this tattoo is really incredible. So I think it's one of my favorites.
Well, kind of, it is, because it literally just, like, I'm looking, it's not that you don't have other ink, and it's not like, it's, obviously this pops more with the color, but I was just like, wow. It it's so did you just like take a picture of her face and you just
Right,
zoom?
yeah.
That is so cool. That is
Thank you very much.
absolutely cool. I love that. So grandma must have been very supportive in your life.
Oh,
And
very, very supportive.
did she get you into music side of it or the Broadway art theater side?
Or just, believing in me and supporting the band.
Well, like grandma, there's a lot of fucking fans out there that believe in you guys, and thank fucking God that you listened to grandma and you followed it, because you are here, and you are here on the last Warped Tour. How was that for you? Like,
Oh, it's amazing. I grew up going to the Warped Tour and being inspired by and idolizing the bands, and always dreaming to be on the stage and to play Warped Tour. So to be on the historical last run is just an honor and really surreal.
awesome. And this piece, because I'm looking at it too, and it's very...
Yeah, this piece is just kind of represents, basically life and death, through the graveyard and this scene, and sort of kind of like a Dia de los Muertos kind of vibe with her, and continuing through like heaven and stuff, the smoking lips and everything.
I love the butterflies.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm kind of a butterfly fan, so
I like that. That's cool.
kind of drew me to it. So, are you planning on getting more?
Well, this tattoo is pretty interesting. It's a date in Roman numerals, and that's the day that I started the band. And it was actually because of a Goldfinger show that I went to when I was a freshman in high school. And I got on stage and sang with the band, and that night I started the band. So this is the date of it, and I was actually able to meet John Feldman, who sings in Goldfinger. He was at I think the second date of the tour, and showed him the tattoo, and he took a picture of it and posted it on his Instagram. So that was cool to show him that the influence.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the bringing together, the music, the art, it's fucking amazing. Like, your stories are awesome. I mean, they're real and they're emotional. Some people are just like, I got drunk and somebody bet me, and then I shot up and I got something like ass written on my ass.
Right.
But I love the depth to it. Tattoo artists that you want to shout out, or that you want to tattoo you next?
Wow. I don't know. I can't think right off the top of my head. Always liked, obviously, it's kind of a generic answer, but Kat Von D is always, she does great work, and I'd love to get tattooed by her at some point. I think the waiting list is a little long.
So if you're listening, clear your calendar, because it's fucking Ice Nine Kills. Come on, you got this. There you go.
And who was the girl that won Ink Masters a couple years ago?
I can't think of her name. Do you remember her name?
I don't know. She's great too. I think she's from Pennsylvania. I can't remember what her name was, but she's incredible.
She's a badass. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about, and I can see her face, and I can't think of her name.
Can't think of it.
But you come across a lot of them. So that's your wish list. You have a wish list.
Yes, if I can remember her name.
Well, I love it. And I wish for you to check out the Edge Rock Radio and Tattoo.com and hear it all from Ice Nine Kills at the last ever fucking Warped Tour. Yeah.